The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Indiana Hoosiers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Indiana's offense will get first crack at it here. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Use the play fake, now to throw. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. There he goes! Slippery slide! Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They capped that one off in style, a 74-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Iowa's offense will go to work for the first time. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse. Do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
The one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy, because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops hoping for a chance today.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The Hawkeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it to the back. And he's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to bring up a decision for this coach. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Working that left side now. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Handoff to the lone back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. The Hoosiers are flying down the field. Moore to the air. Makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
He's got his man, makes the grab, and he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
He wants it all. Touchdown, Hoosiers! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, he's the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. to the single back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Under fire. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, you're seeing a complete effort right now by this football team. Their offense has been doing their part, scoring points. They've got a big lead, and the defense right now is just shutting the opponent out. So good against the run and so athletic, and they have the ability to rush the passer. As you saw right there, getting the sack. We're only in the first quarter, but they're right now winning this game in all three phases.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man to the left. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big 3rd down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They're already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better so he can make more plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Moore will throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there. They sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Quick strike complete. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. After the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got his man. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This guy is just wearing them out. Another first down. Already has a couple of touchdowns in the first half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense. And if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the touchdown, Hawkeye. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. More to the air. Throws to the tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Heat. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Direct snap. Running to Green. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 7 over Miami. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's got his man across the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Hawkeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Hawkeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Makes the grab on 3rd. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Parker. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
At the 36. First down for the offense.
And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. throws and fires it complete to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, he just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Just keep slinging it. Pocket breaking down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A strike downfield. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply
headed to the end zone, and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Iowa!
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Grab near the marker is Keith. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that could hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's the handoff. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Snap to the back. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down. And they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. That gives him 100 yards on the ground, and he is well within striking distance of a 1,200-yard rushing season. Makes the grab. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
On target. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
The Hoosiers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Moore will throw. Got it in the middle, it's Heath. The tackle is made, but he's got his first and goal from the 6.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really...
Touchdown, Hoosiers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
On to attempt to try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. They go to the ground. Makes a man miss. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, don't tell me it's a basketball town when we've had a first half like that there in Bloomington. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Hoosiers will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. The play-action fake. Complete in the middle. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Hawkeyes with the 1st and 10. Handoff to the single back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm.
Turning it on! Quick step and go. Touchdown, Hawkeye! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass, try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Look out, he's got room. Jukes his way for more. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Finds his back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Let's not overcomplicate things. My guy is better than all of your guys. No matter how I give it to him, I'm going to keep feeding. That's over 150 yards now. What a day for this wide receiver.
Slams ahead. Touchdown, Indiana! And they take it in for 6 more points. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Duke is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Blue Devils on the scoreboard. They're up 14 over Miami. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again. This offensive line has to step up.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And the Hawkeyes will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Now on the return. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. How about that blocking up front and that running? There he goes. Gets away from one, finds room. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Right on the money. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Moore to the air. Trying to bowl his way in. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
He's brought down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Hawkeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. They've got the screen set up. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Caught over the middle. It's Howard. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He breaks a tackle. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. Offense gets set for second down. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. He makes a catch. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And that is a huge conversion on third and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, first and goal.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big...
Going downfield for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. And he's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt the...
He wants to go deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Indiana. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Duke has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 24 over Miami. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Phyllis?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
That's caught. It's Dean. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end route.
Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang
breaks into the open. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find them.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And the Hawkeyes will hustle to the line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the
fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Offense in a bunch formation. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this scoreboard.
Quickly complete. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab on the left. Oh, he's got some space. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Hoosiers! That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. The defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. To the air on first down. Back open in the middle. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off play action. Pressure coming. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Now third and long and trying to play catch up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Bringing the heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They're in command of this game now. Turning it on. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy.
Touchdown, Indiana! And they take it in for 6 more points. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. Hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously,
there he goes. He goes out of bounds. Really good pickup, an explosive run there, but that's going to be like a fabulous parting gift. Not enough to make a big difference. And the Hawkeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? To the air on second down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Moore to the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They want to throw it. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. After this, it'll be a wrap. Gonna swing it on second down. Oh, they're after him. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game.